many of us who live in the Nordic area are experts on the situation in Iran. But we all know that the great Persian people have a magnificent history, and their unique civilization goes back more than 2,500 years. So with the depth of the ages as background in which to mirror history and provide perspective on more recent events, one might think that the current regime must surely be seen as a temporary phenomenon that will eventually be swept away by the forces of history. Human rights are universal and non-divisible, and therefore not meant to be enjoyed by some nations only and not others. The values of democracy and liberty are not the private property of those who are used to taking them for granted. They are also a precondition for all those interested in creating new wealth and reducing poverty in the world. The peaceful transfer of power on the basis of free and fair elections under the rule of law, with unimpeded freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, and an independent judiciary are all the hallmark of democracy, sought and cherished by all those who do not enjoy such rights. I feel it is truly encouraging to see how these principles that I have now mentioned are dealt with in the 10-point plan for future Iran, which is truly a basic document that was presented to the Council of Europe by the National Council of Resistance of Iran already in April 2006. And we must also ask that all countries, especially Iraq, fully respect the principles of international humanitarian law insofar as the treatment and status of refugees is concerned. And this most clearly applies to the situation of the people now living in Camp Ashraf. Our foreign minister, on behalf of the Icelandic government and people, issued a statement on April 11 on the situation in Camp Ashraf, voicing deep concern over reports of violence against civilians. The Icelandic government further raised concerns over reports that the Iraqi authorities had prevented humanitarian aid from getting to civilians wounded in the fighting. The government appealed to the Iraqi authorities to fully obey international humanitarian law and to ensure that humanitarian assistance is received by those who need it. And I'm not sure whether the foreign minister of Iceland had seen this video. I'm sure if he had seen it, he would have used even stronger language. What we saw was a disgrace, a barbaric attack on innocent people, and a massacre. Let me add that in my view, the United States have a particular responsibility with respect to Camp Ashraf, given the history of their involvement in Iraq since 2003. The Obama administration must meet its moral obligations with respect to Camp Ashraf. And the American authorities should also immediately remove the PMOI from its blacklist